Alright. Sorry for that instant cough. Gotta reorder these windows. Here we go. Alright, that's working. And then as soon as it'll let me... There we go. Let's start the ad break. And good morning. Thank you again for joining me on another episode of The Case of the Golden Idol. I'm not sure if this will be the last episode or not, and I'll reiterate that after. But if this is your first time watching, there is a link to the playlist in the description if you want to start at the beginning. But also, this is a little pre-roll amble that I do at the beginning of every video. So I get the 3 minutes of forced ads out of the way, and nobody gets pre-rolls for an hour. So I hope you don't mind that. If you want to skip it, go ahead and jump to about 2 minutes and 20 seconds ahead of here. And you should be right back in the video. Hello, Grim. Welcome back. It was less than an hour. I had to eat lunch and get stuff set up. Where was I? Oh yeah, if you're watching on YouTube or as a VOD on Twitch, thank you very much for doing so. Feel free to follow or subscribe if you like this kind of long-form content. It would be great to have you come hang out with me live in Twitch. I do this for fun, so that's the main part of it for me, is I like having other people be here. So, yeah. What else is there? Oh yeah, there is a link to my Discord in the bios for both Twitch and YouTube. Feel free to join that if you like. It's a great place. We got a lot of fun people hanging out. We chat, we swap memes, we hang out, and more importantly, you'll get notifications whenever I go live on Twitch or when I upload a video to YouTube. So if either of those systems aren't working for you, then that's a great way to stay up to date. I think for some reason Twitch just decided to run more ads on me, because it looks like I have another 2 minutes and 30 seconds of them now, which is absolutely dumb. I don't know how this thing works sometimes. Anyway, I guess you'll have to skip ahead a little bit more. Thankfully, this pre-roll thingy that I have set up should indicate where it is, and I apologize for the mess up. That being said, oh yes, also on the subject of the Discord, there are a lot of polls and channels available specifically for the stream, including if you want to help choose the next goal we do for a sub and bits goal, or if you want to see what my current Steam game list is and pick out a game that you'd like to see prioritized, you can do that. There's also a countdown to my next issue of Scary Games, or my series of scary games. I run those based off of average viewership, so if you want to see me play those, by all means, come hang out live. I update that at the end of every stream day, so you know exactly how far from it we are. And I fight very hard to not meet those goals because I don't want to play scary games. So if you want to see me suffer, that's an excellent way to do it. Anything else? I think that might actually be it. So, in spite of the extra minute that I have to wait until these ads are apparently done, we're going to turn this off and get into the game itself. So, we are working on the very last section, I believe, for Case of the Golden Idol, which is number 11. After this, I believe it's just an epilogue, so I'm not sure how long this will take. For now, let's jump in. The slight delay in the peaceful march to the king's castle in Chapter 4. Alright, let's see here. So we have... Is it just a single screen? Oh no, there are 1, 2, 3, 4 separate locations to discover on top of the main screen here. Let's do this one first, because there's 36 things we need to work on. And what the heck is this? Oh my goodness, this is a lot of stuff. Is this a jump back to these chapters? It is. Okay. So everything may be going in at once now. And we're seeing all of the things we didn't before. Okay, okay. That's cool. So, what's this? Who is this? This regime has to fall. It has taken everything from me. 12:15 p.m. Okay. May 15th. Capital Route Morning Report. At 8, a newfangled insurrectionist carriage passes by. An individual in the insurrectionist uniform passes by on the new two-wheeled contraption. 2 individuals on insurrectionist uniforms pass on horses. Okay. So time frame may be important here. And this is Alistair. Why are you not working, you worthless piece of garbage? I'm doing the same thing I saw Lazarus do during the merit executions. Let's see. So the idol looks damaged, first of all, but also increase matter time? Something like that. Slightly dented saber. So he has the idol for some reason and he's just fiddling with it. But he doesn't know how it works. Slightly dented saber. A man in a helmet with numerous cuts on his body, not breathing. What did I just get from that? Dead body. Okay. Capital. Port. Belchester Castle. Crow Towers, Woodshires. Okay. Oh, here's these two. Mary and Peter. Worry not and continue the feast, wife. I will kill our enemies wherever we go. Empty whiskey flask. Horse race betting slip. He never got rid of that, huh? And a small sword. Dear husband, you are so brave, and you have been drinking since early this morning. But what will we do now? What if the evil government men find us? There's 2 letters here. Edmund Cloudsley. Dear Mary, I know where your unworthy mate is hiding you. Soon I will free you from his dirty paws and ship him to the colonies, while I will put on a pedestal of sweetest praise, and you will become my ideal wife. Wow, Edmund, what the hell, man? 1795. For you, I would fight a tiger and win. Mary, my uncle Edmund Cloudsley died in some robbery, and I am rich. Now your father will see me for the man that I am. Let's marry. 1788 in December. Okay. So he did die there. I thought he was in on this for a while. I'm not sure why the horse is here. I have some small but pressing business to attend to at the property of our late brother Sebastian, the previous Proud Beast steward. I will be back at the camp for our 10 o'clock strategy meeting as planned. Okay. And there's the 7 Seas seal. Alright, alright. There's a ship here that I can't really interact with. It doesn't seem to have any seals or markings on it, but it is missing a cannon. Oh, this is the overall map for all of these places. That's interesting. Is this out? That is out. Okay. So that's everything on this upper map. Let's actually look in here, because this is the one I just went to. I am not an idiot, but real men like us could beat those order party ninnies even without any weapons. 2 Albion Franks, a small sword. 1795, May 14th. Ada Baker for 2 nights in the Dandelion Room. Walter Knott for 2 nights. That's a name I haven't heard before. This should be Ada Baker. She and her employer are getting out of this blasted country. Who is her employer again? It was, I thought it was Cloudsley? Maybe he's not Cloudsley anymore because he's dead. I have instructed him to arrive at around 11:30. Most likely, he will be in order party uniform. If he comes alone without any backup outside, approach him. If he gives you something that belonged to the one who escaped your tonic, you may proffer him the instruction slip I gave you. Conceal your face, he may recognize you. Okay. What time is it? I don't know. Oh, I heard rumors you lost a cannon while gambling. Okay. That's why that cannon was missing. All those order rats sneaking around here. This is no good. I hope they will just blackmail me and bugger off. Okay. That's it from in here. What do we have? 2 of those and this one. So let's check in here. Oh! Everything has really been torched here. What the heck? Empty cannon. This was the room of that proud beast guy that died early on. Okay. Newly invented transportation device. Which it looks like a bicycle, but I remember there's actually a specific name for this type. I've forgotten what it is, but I know it does have a specific name that separates from being a bicycle. Let's see. Damn you, cunning devil. Ah. You will meet me in the place where we 2 first met. There we can talk. Empty pistol, loaded pistol. So he fired 1 of 2 shots. Oh, who's this? This is a dark hand steward. Oh, I recognize that voice. It is you. Isn't it poetic that you have fallen into the same trap as you did all those years ago? Straw men are your bane. Oh. Okay. So then this is David Goran. Most likely. A scarecrow with a hole through its head. So that's where that unloaded pistol shot went. A bullet lodged in the wall. What's this? A white pigeon. I admit I may have treated you unjustly after our long cooperation. I will come alone in peace so we can discuss your compensation. Okay. So that's Walter Keane, probably? Yeah, that's probably Walter Keane then. But it doesn't look like a lot of the names are even important at the moment. At least not yet. So that was that one. There's a hole in that window. Okay. Already was here. How am I missing so many things? This is Maker, Nicholas Maker. Yes, Comrade Lazarus has not yet returned for several hours. Comrades Alistair and James have gone to find him. If they do not return, we will organize more search parties to find the lost. Okay. Blackfield Manor, Belchester Castle, Bellwood Crossroads, Party Camp, Cloudsley Cabin, Lover's Islet, Little Mermaid Inn, Lazarus Hurst. Okay. Okay, so their names are going to be here. Lazarus, you took 32 things from me. I demand you return them. If you refuse, I will make the story of your true origins known to the other party leaders. At 11:30 on May 15th, meet me at the place the idol was stolen. Our brotherhood and poor Willard Wright met his death. Come alone and bring proof. Something personal of yours to give to the veiled woman. Tie your reply to the pigeon and release it from the cage. It will find me. Okay. Walter Keane. James Turner. Alistair Cock. Nicholas Maker. David Coran. Okay. That's 36 out of 36. Alright, so we are piecing everything together now, I guess. 4 books for early in the morning, before noon, afternoon, and then a combination again. So we're looking at all the betrayals and things. And it's all time-based, which is going to be kind of a pain in the butt. Morning, noon, afternoon. I wonder what the actual separation of times are. Because there have been several instances where it's mentioned 11:30. I'm not sure if that counts as morning or not. Let's see. At 11:30 on May 15th, meet me at the place the idol was stolen, and poor Willard Wright met his death. Who was Willard Wright? Okay. So this is Willard Wright. Which means it's at the Mermaid Inn. Or the Little Mermaid Inn, I guess. Walter Knott. So she's the veiled woman. Ada Baker. I have instructed him to arrive at around 11:30. So whoever's giving her orders also tried to blackmail Lazarus. Most likely he'll be in the Order Party uniform. If he gives you something that belonged to the one who escaped your tonic, you may offer him the instruction slip I gave you. So somebody has an instruction slip, which means he did it. And this is embroidered Edward Cloudsley. So that exchange has already taken place. Isn't there a clock somewhere? Doesn't somebody have a watch here? I thought there was, but I guess not. There was only one watch that I actually found. Where was it? So this is Walter Keane. He's got the funny hat. This is Walter Keane. He was expelled from the party, and I knew that. And this is David Garan. So let's see. What an interesting set of terms here. What an interesting set of terms. Okay. Well, I have to start somewhere, so let's look for something obvious here. Alistair's got the golden idol. She's got the watch, okay. So the watch is showing 12:15. At 10:15, two insurrectionist uniforms pass on horses. At 8:30, the individual on the two-wheeled contraption. And at 8, the newfangled insurrectionist carriage. So, this bicycle probably belonged to David Garan. Most likely. Like, that's the only real option. And over here, she mentioned that he passed by at 8:30, and then at 10:15, the other two, who were Alistair and James, so James Turner, passed by on horses. Which I think down here, this is the horse running wild. Small sword, an empty whiskey flask. Yeah, okay, see, this is James Turner's horse. Which means it was James Turner and Alistair who were quarreling together. So early in the morning, he would have left first. No worries, Grim. I am muttering to myself because I need to talk as I work through these things. Thank you for hanging out while you're busy, though. I appreciate that. So early in the morning. I appreciate it. Let's see. James, Turner, Alistair, Cock. Where is Cock? Alistair Cock, David Gran, Nicholas Maker, Walter Keane, Lazarus Hurst, and we'll say Peter Batley. Mary can be down at the bottom. Okay. So early in the morning, Lazarus Hurst went to the... Did he go to the manor first? Because that's what the... Yeah, he must have. Oh, actually, this is interesting. This is the cannon that's missing from that ship. What's the date today? She's got it on her. May 15th. Okay. May 14th. Ada was supposed to be there for 2 nights. I don't, maybe? Like the letter that's in here says you took 32 things from me. That's interesting. So does that mean Lazarus is Edward Cloudsbert? I always thought he was in on it, but that's still surprising if it's true. Because he didn't look like him, like not at all. Oh well. Let's see here. Lazarus Hurst went to... Hold on, my phone just buzzed. What is this? Nothing important. Okay. Okay, so this one should be fairly easy. So before noon, James Turner and Alistair Cock tried to something. I'm guessing they found the golden idol at the manor, and on their way back they started to fight over it. And I think this one would be tried to blackmail. Lazarus Hurst? No. So did they try to kill him then? Oh no, they tried to find Lazarus Hurst. That's right. Okay, okay. Because they were fairly loyal. Because they were members of the party. So they tried to find Lazarus. That one was easy. So early in the morning, Lazarus Hurst went to the manor. To something something. Wanted to have the golden idol? I'm not sure. We'll have to wait on that one. In the afternoon, is this the crossroads over here? Who's this? The port is that way, the capital. This is, I don't know what this section would be called. I guess it's an islet of some sort? Wasn't there a map somewhere? I think there is, but I don't remember where. Not there. Here it is. So I'm assuming this section over here is Lover's Islet. And not like out in this open area. So overall... Oh, wait, because there is the third one. So in the afternoon, David Garan went to the cabin to kill Walter Keane. Because I think what is it? I think this. Hi Clarissa, welcome back. Thank you for joining. I appreciate you coming here. You have joined in what is, I think, the last puzzle of the game. At least of the base game. And just to catch you up on what's going on so far, there are a couple of locations here, and they all call back to earlier sections of the game. So this one calls back to, I think it was not here. This one here. So these are the same environments, just slightly different in years apart. This one calls back to... Not this one. This place here, just from a slightly different angle. This one is a new location where the camp is. And then over here is the inn. From this mission here. Actually, is that Nicholas Maker? No, Maurice Evans. Yeah. So now we're looking at the overall picture as things are going on. And what we've discovered so far is that at several of these locations, bad things have happened. So, for example, there are dead bodies strewn all over the place. So, guy shot, guy dead. Don't need to do that, I just need to go back. Over here, there's a pile of bodies that have been burned, and a cannon. And there's a missing cannon from here. Then there's a horse running free without its rider back here because someone else died again. So just lots of death. And the current clues that we need to solve are usually about all of these deaths, or it seems to be. And then overall, there's a full list of who died and who killed. And we need to figure all of these out. So, I figured this one out already, that Alistair Cock down here, who was the guy with the jowls, has this idol because he and the guy, James Turner, the doctor, got into a fight over it. And you can tell that this is James Turner's horse because it has the Seven Seas seal. And that is, he's the head of the Seven Seas trading company, I guess. So this is his horse running free. He's missing. Yeah. So they went looking for the leader of their cult, Lazarus Hurst, who ended up here somehow. And they found the golden idol and started fighting between themselves. I don't know where Lazarus Hurst is, but that's what happened so far. That's what I figured out. Also, I kind of figured this one out as well, or we're working on figuring it out. So this is Walter Keane, and we know that because he's a Darkhand steward who wore funny hats in the background. He loved his funny hats. And this is David Goran, and we know that because he's talking about how he fell for the same trap as he did all those years ago. And if we go back to... Oh, what's this? Well, thank you very much for the raid, Eldritch Horseman. Or Eldritch Norseman, sorry about that. How are you doing today? How was your stream? And hello to you as well, Jack. Thank you for joining. I see you came in with the raid. I appreciate that. I will do a little brief introduction while I'm waiting to hear back from Eldritch Norseman. This is a game about deduction and reasoning and logic. You're given statistic scenes with various information and exploring. Well, thank you very much for doing that, Jack. I appreciate it. But you're given these various scenes here where you have to gather information from the various clues that give you keywords to use in solving these major overarching puzzles. And you have to piece together from the information what happened. It's a little bit like Sudoku, but on a grand scale where you don't have a grid, you have a mystery to solve. So if you like that kind of piecing together action, you are in the right place. No, not like the Oregon Trail or Halo. But funny comment. I like that. That's good. For example, this was the first one that I solved here, about these two guys who tried to find Lazarus Hearst. They fought over a golden idol when they found it at this location. And just to walk you through the process of that, how I came to that conclusion was that A, Alistair Cock is here playing with the golden idol. He's by himself. Over here, we can see the seal of James Turner, the head of the Seven Seas Trading Company, and a horse without a rider, which means he's dead. And when we look into the journal here, we can see that Alistair and James went to find Lazarus. So we know that they left together. We know that out in the open, Alistair has the idol, and they are not together. Someone's dead. And we know that Lazarus was here. This was where he headed to. So they went to the manor to find him, and instead they found the idol that they were looking for, and James ended up dying for it. And that's the kind of process this is. It doesn't tell you specifically what's going on. You're trying to piece together the information you have to solve the mystery. Oh, whoa, hold on, what was that? Thank you very much for that, Jack. I appreciate the bits. Yeah, I appreciate the bits, man. Thank you. I'm still getting used to all these alerts and sounds. I'm not sure what's going on yet. So, what we're working with right now is I'm trying to figure out this part of the mystery. Now, if you've missed the earlier parts, not all of this will make sense to you as far as the names and things. That's why it's giving us this quick callback to the earlier chapters of the game, where we've already solved most of the things that are going on. So, for example, it's not going to give us the precise names of these guys here, but we can't see his face. We do know that he fell for a similar trick before, and we know that this guy, at one point, was a steward of the Dark Hand Brotherhood, a cult-like organization that's part of a trio trying to overthrow the government of, I'm assuming, England. I'm not sure. Lots of espionage and intrigue going on. So, that's who these two are. And I'm just trying to figure out what they were trying to do, because somebody tried to blank someone else to get back his blank. And I'm assuming because this fellow here is a notorious womanizer, and the lady over here, this one, is like a real beauty to everyone in the game. Hiya, Waylord. Welcome back. I just got through explaining a whole bunch of stuff of what I've figured out and found so far, so I won't do that right now. If you want to watch it, you can catch it on the VOD later if you want that first part. But I'm doing well. How are you today? So I think in the afternoon, David Goran went to the cabin to kill Walter Keane because Walter Keane tried to kidnap Mary Batley to get back his ideal wife. That's not right. Okay. I wasn't sure about that, but I gave it a shot. I'm glad you're doing well. So, you missed out that I already figured out Alistair and James Turner's fate here. As well as I can. I'm kind of struggling with this one. Because I know David Goran and Walter Keane are involved in this, but I'm not sure why they were involved in it. So I'm trying to figure that out. You will find me in the place where we two first met. There we can talk. He has nothing on him necessarily, but there is a letter in here. I admit I may have treated you unjustly after our long cooperation. I'll come alone in peace so we can discuss your compensation. I mean, that's fair, but also there's a white pigeon there, which may actually play into this, because I think back at the cabin here... Yeah. Okay, so this is his white pigeon. Oh, okay. So, here's what I just pieced together. In here is a pigeon sent from Walter Keane to Lazarus. And he says, tie your reply to the pigeon, and it will find him. So if we go back up to this cabin, we can see the white pigeon is back, meaning this is the letter that was attached. I may have treated you unjustly after a long cooperation. That's what he says. However, Walter Keane knew that he was likely going to assassinate Lazarus for the threat, or that Lazarus was going to assassinate him for the threat, which is why David Goran was here, trying to assassinate him. Okay. So, in the afternoon, David Goran went to the cabin to kill Walter Keane, because Walter Keane tried to blackmail Lazarus Hearst to get back his lost years, probably. Yeah, okay. Oh, that's right. Because, if you've missed out on it, the golden idol here that this guy is fiddling with has some magic powers that are able to give and restore lots of things, like air or gold or life in some cases. Which means that in this previous one, this over here, as punishment for certain things, people had their time stolen from them, which gets stored inside of the idol and can be given away again once it's charged. And he had a great amount of time stolen. Also, yeah, we saw that Walter Keane was expelled from the order because he lost a crap ton of merit points, or his years. 32 years. So that's what's going on there, is this old man, this old man at the cabin should be much younger, 32 years younger. That's why he's saying, you stole 32 things from me. It meant 32 years of his life that he took. Okay, so that makes sense. That works for me. So then in the early morning, this is the only one we haven't figured out yet. So in the early morning, Lazarus Hearst went to the manor to... I'm not sure what here. To something this person, because this person wanted to probably have the golden idol. I'm not 100% sure. So we have this, and a note. I have instructed him to arrive at around 11:30. Most likely he will be in the order party uniform. If he comes alone, approach him. You may proffer him the instruction slip I gave you. Oh, okay, so that's what this is Lazarus sent David Garan out as a decoy to pick up the note from Ada here. And that's why at the cabin he's got these instructions on him. Okay, that makes sense. Those things are still intertwined. And we know that over here, this is where Lazarus actually went. Because he's got the cannon that was lost in the bet from this fellow. Probably the day before. And I'm guessing he used the pseudonym Walter Knott for it. Maybe. So Lazarus went to the manor to fight someone. Who did he go to fight? What else is here? So Lazarus Hurst. Oh, you know what? I can't believe I'm overlooking this, or that I have overlooked this so long. But it sure seems like the name Lazarus is a pseudonym from resurrection. Like when Jesus' friend Lazarus was resurrected from the dead in the Bible. Meaning this might be Edward Cloudsburt himself, who used the idol in order to make himself younger. And this is just a pseudonym, which explains why Ada has a embroiled handkerchief with the initials Edward Cloudsburt on it. Cloudsburt. The personal item that was supposed to be given. Okay, I got you. I just never even thought about that. So this must be James Turner, because it's his horse running around back here at the Lover's Islet. Okay. And that means nothing, it's just the Derby ticket, okay. Okay, that makes sense. I wondered why this would be dated at 1795, but I remember earlier on Peter Batsley was talking about how, where is it? In here, there are some garbage letters. I hear you are interested in Lady Richards, but you're far too old. I shall court her instead. And that was dated February 1st, 1788. Okay. So that's what's going on then. In the morning, Lazarus Hurst went to the manor to fight. I'm assuming fight. Peter Batley. Why didn't that work? Peter. That's why. Because wanted to have the ideal wife. But Edward is not here. Lazarus Hurst again? I'm close. In the early morning, who went there? Nicholas Maker is still up at the top. That didn't matter. Alistair Cock, James Turner, David Garan. Walter Keane, Peter Batley. Maybe this was kill, not fight? It doesn't seem to matter. Oh, no. Wanted to kidnap. Mary Batley. There we go. Okay, okay. Yeah. See, I thought it was so weird the whole time that, like, over here, not in this one, in this scene, Edward's so cleverly hiding in here, and he set up this trap, and then he's all of a sudden dead. Or at least they claim he's dead. And then in this one, they're talking about how the loyal David Garan is working with Walter Keane to come into this society, and they just gathered this random person, this random Lazarus Hearst from somewhere. But I guess that makes sense if this is Edward. Alright, so in the early morning, somebody killed... Who was the first person to die? I know before noon, Alistair killed James. So we're going to put that in. Alistair Cock killed James Turner at the crossroads. In the afternoon, Walter Keane killed David Garan at the cabin. Walter Keane killed David Garan at the cabin. So then the only things that are left are the morning ones. So who was killed in the morning? Because his cabin is here, or his stuff is here. There are 3 mangled corpses. But I doubt he was in there. Let's see. We'll kill our enemies wherever we go. What if the evil government men find us? Okay. So where is the first death? A newfangled insurrectionist carriage passed by. So is Lazarus dead? I'm gonna try it. I don't think that's the case, but at the manor, Lazarus Hearst died from Peter Batley? Oh, okay, I was right. Yeah, that would be why it was dropped. Okay. Before storming the king's castle with the Order party, Lazarus Hearst led his men to Sebastian Cloudley's old manor in order to kidnap his long-lost love Mary Batley, née Richards, which I'm guessing is previously Richards, who was hiding there with her husband Peter Batley. Upon entering the manor, Lazarus and his troops were confronted by a drunk Peter and the cannon he had won while gambling. Yeah? Peter blew up Lazarus, breaking the idol, and then fled the scene with Mary. Oh, that's why the idol wasn't working. Okay. Alright, cool. And then I guess the party is falling apart. The golden idol no longer worth anything. Down with virtues. Okay, everybody's partying. Alright. And then this is the epilogue. So is there one more piece to the puzzle? Like, is this a thing to do? I guess it is. Okay. What do we have here? Oh, okay. So it's just telling me about all the parts that we missed in between? Yeah, I got you. Who did he steal this time from, I wonder? Either way. Witness the power of the idol in my hands and swear loyalty to Lazarus Hurst. We will build the ideal society. Yeah, okay, so to increase material time, I guess. The Brotherhood of Masks. Only one thing is worse than imbeciles. Imbeciles with power. The rich and noble have a social club with mystical rituals and other hogwash, and are so stupid that they did not realize when they had some truly miraculous technology in their hands. However, they are influential and persistent, and have already caused a great deal of harm to me and my goals. Walter Keane has told me more about their organization and practices. If he tells the truth, and they are truly devoted to their religious entity of Griffin Reborn, I could gain some powerful allies for my next move. Well, thank you, Clarissa. I consider myself very lucky that I solved them all without hints, although I don't know that I can say that I solved them all without hints, because there were a couple you gave me really handy little tidbits as you were thinking alongside me. So thank you for being here for that. I appreciate it greatly. I'm happy you all enjoyed watching me solve puzzles enough to stick around for it. Well, thank you, Waylord. Let me check. Library. Here we go. Playtime 9.1 hours. So not bad, I think, for 11 chapters. There were some I definitely solved a lot faster than others. I tried to make them 1 hour streams, but there were 2 of them at least that went 2 to 3 hours. And that was yesterday's, and I think the one before that. Where I was stuck on this one. Yeah, the one where I was stuck here because of this stupid seal that still, to this time, is the only one that was like a red herring out of nowhere that this guy stole something and it was part of the puzzle. But outside of this, with the stupid red herring, I think it all went pretty smoothly. It was just the fact that this guy stole something was part of the puzzle that took me like 3 hours to figure out. It makes sense, like obviously this is something that happened, and I knew immediately this guy was drugged, like I was using all of that information correctly. It's just the fact that it was part of the puzzle that threw me the hell off. Yep. Which I gathered, I just the fact that it was the only instance in the entire game where something completely unrelated happened and was part of the solution. That was why I was stuck, because I thought everything had to relate to this murder. I was so very thrown off by it. But outside of that, I think I did pretty good. Man, their secret society was only 9 people. Oh, gotcha, okay. Really? Oh, not this one. This is level 3, I think. This one. Yes, I saw this. And I did wonder what this mask was, but I thought it was maybe just some eccentric trinket that he had picked up. The jackets and the mask itself had no real consequence until then. Oh, wow. They really want you to fill out everything. So, yeah. Left the idol to the Brotherhood in his will. Edmund Cloudsley, Sebastian Cloudsley as well, I think. Peter Batley, David Garan, Alistair Cock, James Turner, Lazarus Hurst, Walter Keane, Willard Wright. Okay. But who was the very first one that died? Back in, like, chapter 1. Because I think that was a main part of it, wasn't it? Albert Cloudsley was the first one. Oberon Geller was the other guy. Albert Cloudsley, Oberon Geller, okay. So yeah, these guys had no real part in anything. Which is fair. Stole the idol and accidentally stabbed somebody. The Brotherhood tasked something idol, but his attempts were fruitless. Used the idol. This was Edmund Cloudsley. And infiltrated the Brotherhood under the new identity of Lazarus Keane. Or Lazarus Hurst, my bad. Edmund Cloudsley was captured and convinced Walter Keane to join his side. It's interesting because now we're just reinforcing all of the things that I'd already figured out during the game. Complete with the fact that Edmund was Lazarus just like 10 minutes ago. Then he claimed to be Griffin Reborn and transformed the Brotherhood into the Order Party. That's not... what? It should be Griffin Reborn. During one attempt... oh, no. David Goran. Walter Keane was captured, right. And then I'm guessing Edmund Cloudsley convinced him to join his side. There we go. So that means that the Brotherhood tasked Walter Keane to punish Edmund Cloudsley, I guess. Is that what happened here? His head is badly wounded. So who died? I'm just trying to figure this part out. Who was the very first one that had it? Sebastian Cloudsley left the idol to the Brotherhood in his will. But then... oh, right. Back in this chapter. Not this chapter. Who is this again? Willard Wright. Okay. Because I think that's right, yes? Where is... the Golden Idol of Xenophilus to Willard Wright? Okay. That helps. I'm glad I went back there. Left the idol to the brother in it as well. But then... David Goran on Edmund Cloudsley's will stole the idol and accidentally stabbed Willard Wright. Okay. That makes sense because that took place here in the Mermaid Inn. This is Willard Wright who was stabbed. And David is missing from this panel. They were trying to frame it on this guy. That's right, okay. So, now we have the other ones. Brotherhood Masters, James Turner and Alistair Cock, I believe. Because he has the list. Yeah, James Turner and Alistair Cock. Alistair Cock. There he is. Helped Edmund Cloudsley. Actually, maybe I should use Lazarus Hurst here. Probably. Seize power and enforce the rule of the virtues by taking youth away from common people and giving it to the Order Party members. Right before the final showdown with the uncooperative king, Lazarus Hurst wanted to kidnap Mary Batley, but was shot by Peter Batley, and the idol was broken. There we go. Hooray! Game done. All of the mysteries solved. I did. Thank you for the suggestion, Waylord. The art style was unnerving. I wasn't sure what to expect, but overall it was super interesting. Thank you for suggesting it. Yeah, I mean, eventually that could be another thing that we get, because I think Rise of the Golden Idol is the DLC, yes? Or part of the DLC anyway? Cancel. No. Okay, okay. But these are DLCs, yes? The Spider of Lanka and the Lemurian Vampire. Okay. Well, absolutely. I will add these to my wish list. And I'm not sure when I'll get them, but I did have a lot of fun with this game. So thank you for that. Just to reinforce for anyone else that's here, if you're interested in joining the Discord, you can suggest a game for me to play as well. There's a whole channel for it. Or suggest a game for me to get too. And I'll pick them up as I can, or as we meet various sub and bit goals. So, you know, if you're interested, that'd be great. Otherwise, thank you very much for watching. Oh! Well, thank you very much for the bits, Clarissa. I appreciate that. Like, damn, you guys have been so kind and generous today. I super appreciate that. For now, though, I think I will probably call it a day on streaming because I am still suffering. I probably won't stream until the evening tomorrow at the earliest because I have some doctor's appointments to get to. But otherwise, I'll be back on Friday. If you enjoyed the stream, by all means, please follow as well. I'd love to have you here more often. And I'll catch you next time. Thank you so much for being here. Have a good day, everyone. Oh, right. I need to raid as well. Let me do a little raid here. Before I forget that. Do I have friends online? I do. I will send everyone over to No Brainer.
Lizard.
Thank you for the lizard, Clarissa. One of these days I'll get the GIF working too. So, No Brainer. There we go. Oops. Thanks a bunch, folks. I'll wait another, like, 10 seconds, and then I'll start the raid, just in case anybody else wants some more channel points. Otherwise, I'm going to assume that they're just AFK, and appreciate their company nonetheless. Oh, and... and if you want to, the entire series will be up on YouTube in, like, an hour. This is the last episode that'll go up there, so if you want to go rewatch the whole game, that's how you can do it. Alright, sending you over now. Thank you again for watching. Have a good day, everyone.
The charger flying by the door.
Charger, man.
Man, I gotta remember
Hero
to
with the
stop
raid,
this.
you fucking sweetheart.